Howdy, folks. From 1,100 feet above sea level at the desert floor with temperatures soaring over 110 degrees, coming to you live from Tempe, Arizona. We are Inside Studio CRE with Country Road Entertainment. I'm your host, Eddie Smith, and welcome to today's show. Now, today is going to be an interesting one, folks. We have someone that's very unique in the country music scene. We're talking, this fella spent a 20-year career as a golf professional. I mean, not even kidding. And this included a role in the Golf Channel and a reality TV show. I could go on and on and on. Phoenix Magazine actually quoted him in an article back in January as, the title was Music Notes, 6 Country Singers Who Slay at Golf. And they mention him along with several other celebrities as well. But this fellow, what's unique about him is, he's actually in Arizona. He's a local artist. And he went from, being this golf pro to being a reality show guest to a country music artist. And in 2019, released his first album, which we were just playing. Song was called After Midnight off of his debut album Arizona, if I'm quoting it correctly. I'm going to bring him on right now. His name is Rob West. Hey Rob, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, Eddie? How are you, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
Living the dream, bro.
I heard that. Welcome to the show, man.
Thanks, bro. Thanks for having me. This has been awesome. I've been waiting to do something with you for a long time.
I know it's always funny because I feel the same way, and it's always about putting those pieces together to make sure we have the timing right and everything together right. And
well, now here we are in the COVID world. Who even knows what the right thing is? So,
is there even a right thing anymore?
I don't know, man. I just drink through it. So,
I hear that. So, again, folks, we have Rob West on the air with us today, live, and we will be taking your comments on the air. So feel free to interact, ask questions. We have Louie saying Rob West is the man.
Hey, Louie, I love you, brother.
The first comment of the day. I love it. So speaking of COVID, so, everyone has a different story about, in terms of, the music world, what they've been doing during this whole thing. Besides going crazy and, hoarding toilet paper, what else have you been up to?
Not hoarding toilet paper.
That's good.
That's good. I'm not much of a freak when it comes to, I don't worry about much, I'm pretty laid back. Okay. I've been playing a ton of golf. I'll be honest with you. There's nothing else to do. So I've been doing that. Been writing a little bit. I got some new stuff I've written. Okay. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but maybe put out some new singles, hopefully. Not much. I'll probably need another rehab when this thing's all over.
Another rehab?
Yeah, I dove into like 7 gallons of Tito's in the last 2 months, but
whoa.
Yeah, I don't know what else I'm gonna do. Crazy times. I kind of roll with the flow, and everything that I write is always about experience and geography, where I'm from, where I'm at, and it's about the times we're living in. So I haven't had a whole lot to say through this. I was too angry to write. Just we had so much on the horizon with music and everything that when the world shut down, it was like a big kick in the gut. We had Country Thunder coming up. We had all these trips planned, all this stuff on the road. So I got to get my bearings before I start writing so it doesn't come out like I hate the world and the world sucks, because that's not me. I'm a very positive guy. But I'm going to keep doing what I do, write, play. Been doing some live shows, which has been really fun and interesting. Way different. I forget that there's people out there. So when I'm at home and I'm doing shows and singing, I might get a little candid and a little too graphic because I forget that there's still people on the other end of that. So I'm working on taming that down. I'm going to do one after we get off here. I'll do a little live segment, but
nice.
Yeah, I don't know, brother. I don't try to judge anything or make the world right. I just try to live in it, and exist in it.
No, and I hear you, and that's, it's kind of like with me. I mean, I kind of go with the flow, but if the flow isn't going my direction, I kind of tend to have a way of changing the direction of that water. It's like, you ever seen that show Yellowstone?
Oh, yeah, my favorite.
Okay, mine too. And the developers are coming through, and he doesn't like that. Costner is not cool with that. So what does he do? Dynamites the side of the mountain and changes the direction of the water.
Yeah,
That's kind of my outlook in life,
You and I are the same then, man. I'd rather blow things up than try to fix them. If somebody's in my way, I'll build a wall.
Exactly. A couple of comments in here. Calvin Rainwater with a typo.
Hey.
Hi guys. Hey, I love Calvin. He's hysterical. He's a ride. I like working with him.
Right on.
And Shannon saying superstar.
Oh, I love Shannon.
And the missus, Carly Smith, my darling wife and business partner, saying hi.
Hi, Carly.
I think you met her once when we were right before we got. No, we were dating when you met her.
Was it a Good Time Charlie's? I think it was.
It was at Good Time Charlie's. Yeah. I was half awake, super tired, just trying to get through the meal, and I felt so guilty after that. I remember, I probably came off grumpy, but I was just trying to stay awake. And at the time, I basically had 3 jobs, and I was just from the main one, I was working. Let's put it this way: I got between 2 and 4 days off a month, legit.
Oh,
otherwise,
man.
I was working 18-hour days and still running Country Road Entertainment, and I even have another business on top of this. And
you're like a Jamaican; you have like 10 jobs.
It wasn't intentional. It's one of those situations where some years ago, it's kind of like Chad Freeman with the Village People. Like how someone calls you up and they give you an offer you can't refuse, and that's how I ended up with that day job for a while. And it's like,
totally get it.
So I was completely burned out in those days. And I just remember I even said to her afterwards, I'm like, oh my God, I hope I didn't seem like this snobby, D-bag. And it wasn't, I just was so tired. I just wanted to eat and go home. And the thing is that, I love my wife dearly. And it's like, she wants to go out and see music and everything. So even if I'm exhausted, I'll go.
Yeah.
Even if I can't, and then sometimes, like I remember like a week or two ago, we're at Tom Ryan's, I'm hiding in the corner and she's talking to all my friends. I'm just trying to stay awake, and I'm just like, whatever makes her happy,
That's what I always say. If mom ain't happy, nobody's happy.
That's right. Let's see. Louis is you're playing in Sholo soon.
I am. I'm opening them up for the Black Moods at the Lion's Den.
Oh, awesome. I'll be up there at the Lion's Den for anyone who's watching. I will have swag, and I will be shooting there next weekend. We haven't decided if it's going to be both Friday and Saturday. It might just be one show, but if you're in the area, stop by, come find us, and can't miss us because we have this camera rig that we walk around with, and we will have some free stuff for you. We give away a couple of items. Let's put it that way. And if you want any more, then hey, man, it's got to pay our bills, and you got to pay for the rest.
Absolutely.
But, we'll have a few free T-shirts and stuff. Let's see. Rich is asking when your next live show is. So is it the Lions Den, the next one, or?
No, well, actually, it's not been posted, but we are doing Rock Bar next Thursday night.
Oh, awesome.
The trio is going on. I think we take the stage at 9 p.m. And I've got a good buddy of mine coming in to sit in and play guitar. Our guitar player, Chris, is still at home quarantining or staying safe. He's pretty vulnerable. So in the meantime, we're kind of filling in where we can to keep the show on the road. But Rock Bar next Thursday night, and then Lion's Den at the end of the month up in Payson with Black Moods. I can't wait because those guys are awesome. I love them. And then I'm doing a live show right after this interview with you on my Facebook page. I'll probably go an hour until I pass out or whatever. So that's pretty much my schedule.
So folks, just so you know, you can see that on Rob West Music on Facebook when it goes live. And most likely it'll be on Live Country Music in Arizona if you're in the area as well. But yeah, if you're outside of Arizona, head over to Rob West Music and check out that after the show. So that'll probably be, my best guess is around 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah, 6:30, because I gotta have enough time in there to pour another cocktail. So.
Exactly. Cheers to that, by the way.
Amen.
For the Facebook world, it's just a Yeti cup.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I need
just
to use them as a
this is
sponsor if I'm going to keep using this.
it's just Kool-Aid. I mean, that's all this is.
That's funny. Oh, speaking of sponsors, I forgot to mention, if you are in the Arizona region and you haven't checked them out, be sure to check out the Ride 94.1 KRDE Country Music with Personality. And the thing I like about these guys, and Rob's familiar with them too, is they play real country music. They don't
Yeah,
play
they do.
pop country, they play real country music, and even better, they play local artists. Now, not necessarily from Arizona, but a lot from Arizona.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean you're going to turn that on and hear Jason Aldean. You're going to turn that on. You're going to hear Rob West. You're going to hear Josh Roy. You're going to hear Nathan Dean, the Dan Banjan. You're going to hear some Kenny Rogers, some Merle. You're going to hear good country music. So if you like country music and you're in the Arizona area, specifically Phoenix, Mesa, Globe, Superior, Sholo, Heber, Overgard, go to 94.1. They are awesome. And then a big shout out, thanks to our sponsors at Tom Ryan's and Good Time Charlie's for supporting our musicians in the area and keeping them playing.
Absolutely. Two great places.
Oh yeah, they are the best. I love those guys. Well, you know what? We have a lot of great ones in the Valley, but those two sponsor us. So
Hey, it makes sense. But
yeah,
I've
but they're
played
great
both and I
people.
love them. So
Charlie has got the biggest heart in the world. Yeah, she really does.
I love her to death. I really do.
Yeah.
I mean, I reached out to her through this COVID thing and told her, hey, what can I do? Just say the word. I'll play. I'm there. And awesome lady.
Hey, if I still played, I would have played for free when she was doing deliveries and stuff.
Yeah, right.
But as you can see, they're back here. Actually, this one needs to get repaired. That one, Rob. So you've never been over to the studio. This black and white Fender here, that was my very first guitar that I purchased right before I joined my first band. And then this is how old I am. That was in 1994.
Bro, don't even talk to me about old.
You're a few years older than me. But that is a Fender Squire, and I love that thing. And then the one below,
that's awesome.
There's a history. I actually had several of these style guitars. And it's funny because I didn't get them on until later on in life. But my first two bands were not country because there was only one country band in the area at the time. They didn't need a guitar player. They didn't need a vocalist. So I ended up playing in an alternative band and a heavy metal band back in the 90s. And
there's nothing wrong with that. I love all music.
Oh, I love all music too. But let me tell you, you should have seen our lead singer. Wow. I don't even know if the guy's still alive. He was like Kurt Cobain dies. I meet this guy and he looked like him reincarnated. And he was,
oh, geez.
He was crazy. Last I heard, he was in a head-on collision in the late 90s and out near Waddell.
Mm-hmm.
And the man that he hit was decapitated. And then he went to jail for vehicular manslaughter or something like that. And then I want to say that was 1998.
Yeah, so his career is pretty much on hold then.
Yeah, probably still. Chad Frank says awesome music.
I love Chad.
Where's Chad out of?
He is in Ohio. He's a good friend.
Oh.
He does a lot of charity work with us down in Florida. He's good friends with the Gomez's, Robert and Denise Gomez. We do a big charity event down there. And that's how I got to know him. But then became friends because he and his girl are just amazing people. So I'm so blessed to be around so many good people that do so many good things for charity. And they're just good human beings. I mean, I'm nothing without the people that I know. He's a good cat.
I like hearing that when people talk like that, means you're a good human being, right in here.
I am. I'm a little rough around the edges, but I definitely, I live to give back whatever I can do, even the smallest of things. I'm happy to do it.
That's awesome. Let's talk about a few things here. So, you have a 20-year career in golf.
Yeah.
I mentioned in the intro, and you were on a reality TV show, and I've been familiar with you sometime in country music now. How did all of this happen? Like, how the hell did you find yourself as a golf pro then on
Oh
a
man.
reality TV show, and then you're next to you wake up and you're a damn country music artist. How did you do all this? I mean, how?
Well, okay, I'm gonna chop this thing down because it's a
Okay, that's fine.
incredibly long story. Um, I played professional. I played golf in college. Turned professional in the early '90s,
Uh,
and then went off and played every mini tour across the country and chased golf and Q school and was close to making it so many times. And in 2000, I quit playing golf and got in the construction industry with my family, my brother, and one of my best friends. And we did great for a long, long time. And then the market crashed, and I decided to go back to playing golf again. And so I did that. I went out, played mini tours again, and I started playing well. And I won my first event after a couple years back. And I heard about this audition for this TV show called Big Break. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. And everybody kept bothering me to go try out. And I'm like, this is so stupid, man. I don't want to be on TV. I don't want to do this. So I showed up to the audition, and I'm the only person to ever get on the show the way I got on. So you're supposed to make an appointment, have an audition time, and then you show up at that time and then do your audition. Well, I rolled up there, saw all these guys out on the range hitting balls, and I knew a bunch of them from the tour. And I said, hey, what are all these guys doing here? And they're like, well, they're auditioning for Big Break. What are you doing here? I'm like, well, you can tell all them some bitches to go home because I'm here now. And they're like, oh my God, who's this guy? We got to talk to him. So I sat down and I told them my story, everything I'd been through, from losing my dad to my wife being diagnosed with a disease, and then losing my business, everything. My world had come to just a complete bottom, crumbling end. And most guys were in front of the camera doing their interview with these people for about 5 minutes. My interview with the producers went 45 minutes. And I just kept talking, and they kept asking more and more questions. So I didn't think anything of it. I went home and went about my business, kept playing golf. And I got a call about 3 months later, maybe less than that. Hey, we decided to cast you on the show. Went out, did the show, filmed it in Mexico, in the Yucatan Peninsula, down in Cancun. And one night they said, we heard you play music. And I said, yeah, I've been playing music since I was a kid, played with my brother's band, and my whole family's musicians. So they gave me the guitar, and I sat there and played for all the producers. And as I was playing, all the rooms emptied out, and everybody came in and gathered around. And I played for about an hour. And when I got done, I handed the guitar back to him, and the producer from NBC said, you're done playing golf. We're sending you straight to The Voice. And you need to chase music. I don't know why you never did this, but you need to chase it. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You're crazy. And once the show was over, I'll be damned if they didn't reach out and try to help me get into places. But the way it happened for me is I met some great people through some charity events I was doing because of the golf. Apparently I was a celebrity after this thing. I didn't even realize it, but so they hired me, or asked me, to come and perform at these charity events, play golf and do music. I met Ira Dean, who used to be the bass player in Trick Pony, one of my best friends, one of the most talented human beings on this planet. And it kind of set it off from there. Everything just went in a direction where he saw something in me, I guess, that I never did. And he gave me an opportunity, brought me out to Nashville, and introduced me to some of the best songwriters in the history of Nashville. And I got to sit down and start writing music with him. And it was it took off from there. And he basically opened all these doors. Then I met a guy by the name of Levi Dennis, who is Gary Allen's fiddle player. We became very, very good friends. And then I met Gary, and Gary and I never looked back. I mean, we've been friends. Every time he comes to town, we're hanging together, playing golf. And it just kind of snowballed, and I started meeting all of these people. And I think that I had a story. I was fresh for them, right? So I was sitting down writing with them, and they had written everything. These guys had all these careers, but I had such a story to tell about all the heartache and the hard things that I've been through. And everybody knows that I'm not short of one-liners and words. So we would sit in a room, and they would ask me stories and about my life, and I would tell them, and songs would start to come out of it. So we grew this friendship, and we grew this professional admiration for one another, me for them admiring my golf and me admiring their music. And they started to mentor me. They brought me along, taught me how to write, taught me how to be a better performer. They kind of showed me the business. And that's kind of where it all grew from. And then when I went to do the album, I pulled out every favor I had, and I called all the boys. I'm like, I want to do this. It's 7 years now. I'm ready to put something out. And Ira was the first one to come to the table, and he had co-written some songs with Gary Allan. And so we talked with Gary and said, hey, Robbie really wants these songs. What do you think? And he's like, oh, if it's for Rob, go ahead. So Beautiful Downpour and She Don't Know She Loves Me were actually cuts that were going to be on Gary's new album. But he passed on them and let me cut them. And then, of course, After Midnight was written by Kendall Marvel and Ira Dean, who Kendall wrote Right Where I Need to Be for Gary Allan. So you're seeing the circle here and the symmetry of how everything's synchronicity, right? Of how everybody lives in a kind of the same world in a circle in Nashville. And if you get into that circle, it's like a door that revolves around. Everybody meets everybody, and they help each other out. And I was forever grateful. And then I, of course, wrote Lazy Rainy Sundays with Ira about 5 years ago. So we decided to upgrade that and put it on the album. And then I sat down and wrote a couple others myself that were very heartfelt. There's a bunch that didn't make this album. We've got a whole nother EP ready to go. I mean,
oh wow, okay.
I can put out 3 more EPs with the stuff we've written. But yeah, I mean that's all these younger guys in Arizona. I was blessed to be able to go out to Nashville and then come home and have all this knowledge and all this experience that I could share with these guys. Like Josh Roy, I've shared a lot of those stories and a lot of my experience with him. Josh Strickland from the Bayou Bandits, I've talked to him a lot. Just a lot of guys, and I like to tell them what I've learned. And the hardest part about the country music business, or any music in general, is to figure out who you are. You got to find your sound. And I chased it for years and years until I finally said, I'm going to sing, and it's going to come out however it's going to come out. So that, in a nutshell, that's kind of how it happened. I know I'm going on and on, but it's a very, very long story. So in a condensed version, it was the reality show, meeting some wonderful guys like Aaron Lewis, Gary Allan, Jamie Johnson, Ira, who's been he is a brother to me, Chris Wallen, Aaron Barker, all these guys. They made such a huge difference in my life to get me to where I'm at. And I'm blessed, because everybody knows you could have some talent in this world, but you got to know people. You really do.
Oh, well, sure. Absolutely. Hey, let's back up for a second though. So, because a lot of people talk about, The Voice and everything like that. What was your experience on that? That had to be pretty interesting.
So I went about it. I didn't go when they asked me to. I waited.
Oh, you flat out didn't go?
I told them. No.
Okay.
I said, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to do any more reality TV. It sucks. It's the hardest work I've ever done. There's nothing real about it. So.
Well, honestly and truthfully, I have a friend of mine, and y'all can check him out at Dan K Productions. You and I were talking about how long I've been shooting. This guy and I, we picked up a camera in 1986, and here we are still.
There you go. Yeah.
And Dan K Productions is out of Los Angeles, California now. We're both from Jersey boys. One goes to Cali, one ends up in Arizona.
I love it. That's funny.
But he did a lot of reality TV show or stuff, and he said, but he was like, where I'm standing, he's doing the productions and the filming, and he does not want to ever do that again. He said it was the most torturous fake part of his career, like to the point where, like, he was working. I think it was Girl Next Door or something, and he said something would happen, and the cameras weren't rolling. So then they would be told to come back, and then they would have to have them reenact it, and then they have to roll camera, and then it was like, and then these girls would make it 20 times worse than it was to begin with. It was just totally garbage.
So there's nothing real about it, because they don't capture everything. Dude, I would, like on the golf reality show.
Well, thank God we're not trying to promote reality TV right now. We'd be so screwed.
Well, I know. I've written some scripts for some good ideas.
Have you really? TV. Okay.
Yeah. But for the voice thing, I just didn't. The the guys that were mentoring me and were bringing me up in country music and teaching me everything told me, you need to go out and earn it and get your ass kicked in every honky tonk, in every bar across this country like we did. You'll have no credibility, and you'll absolutely not know who you are if you just go straight on to another reality show, because you're definitely not ready. And they were right. I wasn't ready. I had to go get beat up for a long time. So I've played for two people. I've played for 30,000, but all along I learned something from each one of those experiences to get me to where I'm at now. But I wasn't ready.
Well, and I understand. So you've played, with national acts. I mean, and the one that I see mentioned in a lot of articles about you, and I have to say, I know a lot of artists in Arizona and in, Nashville and everything, but it's really weird when I'm like, okay, hey, we're going to do an interview. By the way, I'm kind of like buddies with this guy, or I'm really good friends with this guy, but now I got to research you. And that's just it's the weirdest feeling, because it's not like we have some shows coming up soon with some Texas-based artists that I've never met in person. Right. It was the weirdest experience, because I feel like I know you. We've met, I think, twice over the years.
Yes,
and I felt like I was stalking you, Rob. I just felt good. But in everything,
it's all right, bro.
Well, thank you for that. It feels much better now. But a lot of when I read these articles, they highlight, and I find it interesting. So I want to know if there's something special about this show. But you opened for John Michael Montgomery, correct?
I did. So Eddie and John Boy are two of my favorite people on this planet.
Okay.
So Ira Dean and Eddie Montgomery are basically like brothers. They literally are.
Oh,
and
wow.
I had the opportunity to. And Ira's written many songs for him. And I'll give you a little teaser. There's something coming out soon that you're going to love.
Oh.
From Eddie Montgomery and Montgomery Gentry. Anyhow, so Ira introduced me, and Eddie and I and John Michael, we just clicked. They love golf. They own a golf course in Kentucky, and they do a charity event every year. So I went out there and hung with Ira and John Michael and Eddie and T-Roy when he was still alive. I met T-Roy for the first time in Kentucky. And unbelievable people. They just became like family. And Eddie's wife, Jen, I love her to death. Just amazing human beings, down to earth, the most real people. And John Michael and I are big supporters of Folds of Honor, so we were able to go do a show in Oklahoma, in Oklahoma City at I think it's Bricktown. And I got to open up for him, and then he came on and did his thing. So yeah, we stay in touch. I mean, every holiday, we reach out to each other all the time and make sure that we're doing okay. And, with T-Roy passing in a helicopter crash, and that was a really tough time for Eddie. So country music really is one big family. And when you latch on to people and you love them with all your heart, then you become friends, and you become more than that. You kind of become brothers in this business. And I would say we did that over at least 3 bottles of Jim Beam one night on the bus. So. But yeah, John Michael is one of the greatest dudes you ever want to know. And I didn't realize how talented he was until he grabbed my guitar when we were doing this charity event one day. We're doing some stuff around the golf course, and he just started singing and playing. I was like, holy crap, man. I didn't realize he's even better live than he is recorded. And he has so much talent. Both he and Eddie, it's just amazing, the talent. And here, I don't know if you know this, but have you heard of Dylan Carmichael?
Yes.
That's their nephew.
Oh, really? I didn't know there was really. Oh, that's interesting.
That's their sister's boy.
Wow.
And
okay.
I told Dylan about 5 years ago or 4 years ago when we were doing the charity event. He and I were playing at the golf course, messing around, playing guitars and singing with everybody. And I looked at him. I said, "Kid, you are more country than I've ever heard country, and you are going to be a superstar." And he just blew up. This kid can sing like I've never heard before. So real, so raw. And here he goes. Look at him go.
Yeah. No, I got to get with you off the air. I have yet to meet anyone that knows him, and I'd love to get him on the air here some point.
I can try to make that happen.
That would be
when these guys blow up, now there's all these people in my way.
oh. Well, there's an artist based here, also in Arizona, who's also signed in Nashville with CMT, and she grew up here, and she's basically like the little sister to a handful of musicians. But I now have to go through red tape to get her on the show, even though she lives 10 minutes away. I'm like, and I mean, and God bless her, she's amazing, and she's what, I think she's 22 or 23. I mean, like, wow. But
I probably
yeah.
know who you're talking about.
Oh yeah. But I get supposedly they're going to give me a holler. She's cutting a new album, and then we'll go from there.
That's awesome.
So what I'm thinking here, we're going to do two things here. Oh, well, we got some comments. Let me check the comments here. Arizona is an excellent EP. Would you even consider that an EP or an album?
It's an EP, so it's an LP, or it would be long play. EP is extended play. So,
I thought it was a full album.
No, it's 6 songs. So very few people.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yep.
I see. I'm looking at it wrong. Okay.
Yeah, it's easier to say album because people don't understand what the difference between EP and LP is. But
I do, but I actually did think it was 12 songs. I was wrong. Now I'm looking. Okay. Yeah.
This was kind of most people. I'll be honest with you. Almost everybody's going to 6-pack deals now. They're just putting out 6 at a time instead of doing full albums, unless you're obviously Luke Bryan or major label artist. Mm-hmm. So. But on the some of us, unsigned independent artists are just doing 6-packs because it's like a big giant business card.
Well, you're seeing the EPs coming out with 6 songs,
yeah,
and then you're seeing a lot of singles. Like Southbound is releasing them one by one.
Right.
The County Line out of Tucson, Arizona, they just released a 6-song EP. Josh is coming out. I think his is actually going to be almost 13 songs.
I think he's doing a full LP. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's doing. But I think it's a long album.
That's good. Yeah.
So here, let's do this. Okay, folks. We're gonna do a treat for you. So, I'm gonna have Rob select another song from his album Arizona. We're gonna play that for you. What we need you to do, again, we are viewer supported, so smash that like button, hit that follow button, and hit that share button right now. When we come back, we're going to start watching. We want to see in the comments #Rob West, okay? #Rob West. And when we get to 5 minutes before the hour, we're going to announce a winner, and we're actually going to give them a free Country Road Entertainment t-shirt that features a whole long list of really talented country music artists. And actually, oh gosh, Rob, that was the one that you missed out on. We're going to get you on it this year. We're going to get you on Patreon, so you're just on it automatically forever.
Yeah, so, I got to do that.
Yeah, for sure. We got Roy Harper. Rob, you're the best and a great. So see, look at all the love here. I love it.
I love you, buddy. Thank you.
So smash that like button, hit that share right now. We're gonna play. What song do you want me to play here from the studio?
Let's do "Beautiful Downpour." It's all about Arizona.
Beautiful Downpour. Okay, so we're gonna play "Beautiful Downpour." Get that queued up. And if you're watching right now, again, like I said, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do a giveaway right here at the right around the like 5 minutes before the hour. Do #Rob West, and you will get yourself a free Country Road Entertainment t-shirt with that supports the country music artists themselves. So like, share, hashtag the heck out of it. And I'm just waiting for, why is this one taking a second to queue up? Let me try this again here. And here we go. Okay. Let me check a couple things. I want to make sure, one thing about broadcasting this way with a computer, you got to make sure everything's ready to go. Okay. So, all right, we're gonna take a break here, folks. Share, like, #Rob West, free t-shirt towards the end of the hour. All right.
Come on, do it.
Do it.
I was a tumbleweed, rolling round the Arizona summer heat, praying for blue skies and a drop of rain. Then along you came, you washed over me, drank you in as you fell for me. One night your lightning danced across my sky, and it changed my life. You're a beautiful downpour. Well, I was a tumbleweed, rolling round the Arizona summer heat, praying for blue skies and a drop of rain. Then along you came. Thanks, bro.
Well, I was bamboozled by your Facebook page, and that was only a 1 minute clip. It started looping, and I'm like, why is there a truck on my screen? Okay.
Oh, shoot. Well, that was a teaser. You can hear that on 94.1, by the way.
You can hear it 94.1, and that's also available on iTunes, correct?
iTunes, Spotify, Deezer, Google, Apple, everywhere. It's on all markets.
No, I dig it.
Yeah, stream it. Stream the heck out of it. I get 0.0003 cents for that.
Isn't that crazy how low they pay for streaming?
It's ridiculous.
So this turns into a podcast tomorrow. We're on 17 platforms. You should see how little we make. The best way to make a living, in my opinion, as an entertainer or at least a promoter on my end, brand deals.
It is very true.
I mean, it's
merchandise, brand deals, touring. You got no shot if you're trying to stream your way to fortune.
Well,
but it does get the music out there, so that's the big thing.
I have to stream my way to fortune, but I'll be, but hopefully as soon as things open up and people stop getting sick, I'll be in natural streaming.
Yeah.
For those of you just joining, smash that like button, hit the share button. At the top of the hour, we are giving away a free Country Road Entertainment shirt. All you have to do is put hashtag Rob West in there, and we see those likes and shares, and that's going to help your chances too. My business partner and darling, beautiful wife will be picking the winner out using randomizer. So that'll be here in the next, I don't even know what time it is anymore. That'll be here in the next 15 minutes. Okay. All right. Oh, Carly has a nice compliment for you. She says that you have a great singing voice.
Oh, thank you so much. That's very nice.
Yeah, you have no idea what a big compliment that is. She's a very, very picky fan, which is great. I mean,
I'm flattered.
She's in the right place for that. So, but like, I mean, she definitely likes you. You should have seen it the first time she heard Calvin Rainwater. She's like, "Oh my God, what a voice!" I
haven't had the opportunity to hear him. I've never, and if I did, I can't remember because I probably might have been liquored. If I'm not playing my own show and I'm watching somebody else, I like to let loose a little bit. So,
well, I'll definitely send you some links, to check them out. But yeah, today's all about you. But definitely, he's got.
Carly says I'm picky.
I mean, and she married the right guy too.
I love it. Well, thank you.
Says, Jeff Shimmer, damn dude, that's awesome. Hope you're doing good. Okay.
Thank you so much. I'll tell you, I'm blessed to have so many great people out there following me, and I love them all.
The best thing is when you have the support of your family, your friends, and your fans.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I consider them all one big thing, one big family. So, that's what music is to me. Music is sharing. So I don't know. It's crazy, this world we live in nowadays. I miss all those people. I can't hug them. I can't touch them, and it's brutal.
This is this is just such a interesting time. I'm just going to put it that way. I mean, for the world, just as much as the country. Such a handsome beard. I hope you're talking about his beard. Actually, I don't know, dude. I mean,
that's my boy Mikey. So he's pissed off that I shaved all my beard. It was down to like here, and it was majestic. But we went on vacation to Newport. My mom said, if you don't shave that beard, you're not going on vacation with your family. And I was like, well, you know how much money I could have made panhandling on the pier? I mean, this thing was it was huge and majestic. It was my COVID beard. I felt like Samson and Delilah when I cut that beard off. Just like all my power and energy went away. So I'm growing it back, Mikey.
I know mine was as long as yours, if not longer at one. No, it was longer than yours during COVID earlier on, and it got thick and long quick. And I looked in the mirror and I'm like, I can't. So even right now, you can't tell on camera, but it's going in that direction again. But it goes.
I'm letting it go again, down to here. Oh, my buddy Grant Whelan's on here. Hi, Grant. I love you, bro.
Where's Grant based out of?
He's Georgia or South Carolina. Wait, Georgia. I believe they're in Georgia. Yeah, I think so. He and his brother. His brother is a Emmy award-winning producer, and Grant actually is a PGA Tour caddy. Now he's in the construction world, but he was a PGA Tour caddy for years, and a great human being.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, I've met so many wonderful people. They're part of the Team Gomez family. All of us that do the charities down there, and that whole group of people is gigantic and amazing group of people. We raise a ton of money every year for the Boys and Girls Club in Florida.
I love the charity thing. I've worked with a few charities over the years, and I love it when I hear about other musicians and talents doing the same thing. I mean, if we have the reach, and if all that we could do is extend that reach a little bit further for somebody,
yeah,
and then there you go.
The first thing I thought of when I got off the TV show is, where am I going to hang my hat to help? What can I do? Because we had our own charity before. My daughter, Abby, has special needs. So when she was born, we started a charity to raise money for Sharing Down Syndrome Arizona and special needs. So it's kind of always been in our blood, I guess. We've always been a family that gives back and does everything we can. So I had to do something. It was military mostly. For me, it was our veterans that reached out and tugged my heart and pulled it out of my chest. And I cried a lot of nights with those boys. I still do. They still call me in the middle of the night when they need something, when they need to talk. And that's where Drink 'em Quiet came from. That song was written about a good friend of mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a soldier. And in the middle of that song, it ended up becoming a confession of sorts.
Oh, I'm going to go re-listen to that. I really am. And again, everybody, if you're just joining, check out Rob West's LP or EP. So all this talk about EP Arizona. It's very refreshing. You're going to be pleasantly surprised. Very entertaining album. I started earlier. We are doing a review for you on it. We're going to post it.
Oh, thank you.
I heard it when it came out, but now that I have some time, I'm actually going back through and listening to some of these, and I'm like, let's get this documented.
Thank you. I hope it's a good review.
So far it is. I mean, if you're nice to me, otherwise no, it's a good review.
Bro, I don't know how to be not nice. There's a couple guys that I don't like, but I'm still nice to them. So okay. You see, you've joked like I remember what was it the very first time I met you? I'm trying to remember where I met you the very first time. It wasn't Charlie's, was it? I know there was one time with my wife, but it was before that. I thought it was. Gosh, I thought it was, but maybe it was Tom Ryan's. I don't know. Might have been.
Trying to think. It was.
I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
I drink a lot of memories away, bro. I got to be honest with you.
Well, I drank a lot before I got married. Probably during COVID. Basically, we were buying 30 packs of Miller Lite at a time because I had nothing else to do.
Amen.
It was March and 60 degrees in the pool, and I was still in the pool drinking beer. I'm like, what else am I going to do? It's Arizona.
Well, so everybody's in line at Walmart, and they're waiting on. They just delivered a pallet of toilet paper, right? I'm like, what are these idiots doing? So I go straight to the booze aisle and loaded up my cart as full as I could get it with everything I could put in there. And I'm walking back down the other way to go to the checkout, and this dude is standing there with his son, and he's like, man, that guy's got the right idea. I looked at him, I said, bro, I'm going to drink my way through this. The toilet paper ain't going to help you at all, I promise you. And he got out of line and headed to the booze aisle. That was great. Yeah, if the world's going to fall apart, no way I'm going through that sober. Oh,
yeah.
No way. No way.
You know why I'm laughing over here is I was about to say the same thing. We actually bought, like, for years, I kept telling the wife, I'm like, hey, I'm going to buy a refrigerator in the garage again. Because I had one before we were married and everything. But, I was married once before I divorced. And then I was in a long-term relationship. And after that, I'm like, why do I need 2 fridges? Then again, I didn't think that through because I like to
For
hunt.
the beer.
For the beer
and the game, man. You got to freeze that stuff.
So, but it got to the point. So when I got married, I now suddenly have a family of 4, 2 stepkids, and there is no way you're feeding 2 kids and keeping that refrigerator manageable. You would open the fridge or freezer and it just comes pouring out.
Oh yeah,
and my wife, and of course, one whole thing is beer. So
Yeah, that's why I have another fridge. The food can stay in the kitchen, but my beer and whatever else we got, that's got to go in the other fridge.
Well, how many guys can you say during COVID, and this is why you can, and I'll own it, I'm a redneck. How many guys can you say during COVID redid their garage? My garage, it was stripped down, painted because we just bought it, but it hadn't been painted in 30 years. It was painted, decorated for NASCAR. Got my tools set up, put a second fridge out there, and the entire fridge is stock full of beer. And then the top portion, meat.
All I need is an address, bro. All I need is an address. And
bro, you're going to love this. So Father's Day is coming, right? And it's still a little weird for me after 2 years, or 3 years or whatever being with my wife. But she ordered me a Father's Day gift. And I told her, I said, she talked about it a couple of weeks ago and I really wanted it. And I loved the idea of it. And I've been wanting a smoker for over 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
And she ordered a smoker and a cover. And I didn't know about all this, right? She ordered a set. Well, doorbell rings yesterday, and I'm in the kitchen with my daughter, and she walks in and throws a cover for the smoker on there. She's like, well, I guess they screwed up. They delivered the cover early before the smoker. And I looked down. I said, well, you didn't have to show it to me.
Oh, that's great.
Now, granted, I've already
what a good girl, man. Buying you a smoker. Sheesh.
Always wanted one. What's this? A dress and a driver. That's right, Louis.
Yeah, exactly.
Christopher says hi. And then Chad redid a garage. See, I get it. We painted ours steel gray. And actually, this wall is a similar one, but with the lighting, all the studio lighting makes it kind of bluish. But we have it's like a steel gray, and then NASCAR stuff, and hashtag Miller Coors. And here's my shout out. Come on, Coors. Send me another check. I want another sponsor check. The whole garage is decked out Miller Coors in NASCAR. So it's Brett Keselowski.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
dude. We got to play at. Me and the boys played NASCAR. What was it? Not this last race, but the race before all this shutdown, November. We got to play out there, first time ever on. What's that stage called? I can't remember. Anyhow, what a blast, man. People out there are so cool. I had never been to a NASCAR race or
isn't it cool?
It's unbelievable. I mean, it's its own city. And we got to play. Of course, we hadn't been to bed yet because we played State 48 the night before. Then we had to be out there at 6 a.m. I'm like, boys, what's the point of going to bed, man? I'll see you outside the track.
Exactly.
But it was so much fun, man. I can't wait to go do it again. It was awesome.
Well, I was kind of like creeping on the edges of getting into NASCAR. And then my buddy Larry, Larry, if you're watching, I love you, man. Larry is literally my brother from another mother. He's my Montana brother. He lives here in Arizona now. He's a great guy. He owns Whitmire Ranch. I came up with the name. But he's this awesome handyman. He's blowing up the valley. And he brought me to my very first race. And what was cool is, Rowan Pickering was out there from the event team. And then you had the who was out? Harry Luge was playing that weekend. I forget who else was out there. But all of our boys from our circuit here in Arizona were there. And I'm like, wow, this is awesome. And I have been hooked. And all it took was someone to spend 5 minutes to explain to me how the sport worked, because I watched it, but now I'm addicted.
I hear that.
Folks that have never gotten into NASCAR, it's more than cars going in circles. There's so much more to it. You can be disqualified after winning based on the condition of your vehicle when you pass that finish line. That is kind of cool.
I've been disqualified about 100 times in my life. Then I've had some redneck vehicles go down the road, brother. I think I had a car one time. I drove on 2 donuts for like 6 months.
Man, if I haven't done that personally, but I have a lot of friends that have. Although I digress. When I was in my early 20s, I drove around on 1 donut for a good month. Yeah.
Hey, the struggle is real, man.
I'm telling you.
Hey, Carly says she's never been to NASCAR. You need to take.
Yeah, that's a shout out to Coors Light, because the last time I went to a race, I was a VIP guest at they had a kind of like a perch right above, and then they had the Coors Light RV up there, and
I remember that, yeah.
Well, we had like 45 passes to give away, but it was a Friday, so I was only able to give away like 15, and I'm like, and it included like free beverage.
Oh yeah. Oh dude,
yeah.
How does somebody not want that?
Unlimited Coors Light, Miller's Light, bratwurst, the whole nine. But it was on a Friday, and but I'm like, these are VIP for and it was a great time. It really was. All right, so we're 5 minutes before the hour. The wife, Mrs. Smith, has just sent over the winner. I wish she would have put it in the comments. It would have been easier. Mike Smith. Mike Smith. Oh, here he is. Right here. Mike, you win the Country Road Entertainment t-shirt for today. What I need you to do is go ahead and go to the Country Road Entertainment page. Make sure you like and follow it. Got to do that. And then direct message us on there with your address and what size you would like. And we'll have a t-shirt out for you the next couple of days.
Eddie, he's a medium husky.
Medium. Well, we don't have anything with husky.
I'm kidding. That's awesome. Way to go, Mikey.
Yeah, right. Love it. And we did a giveaway a couple days ago. I hope you guys have gotten. Well, I know one for sure should have gotten it, because this is why I don't go to so when we ship, generally my wife does it. I should not be allowed to go to the post office. I didn't realize till I left that I accidentally overnighted the prize. If I overnighted every free gift, I would be bankrupt. $27 to go to Los Angeles. I'm like, what? For a CD, a couple of stickers, and a koozie. Yeah, Mike. So we'll throw in a koozie in there as well, and a couple of t-shirts. But Mike, yeah, be sure to direct message us on our Facebook page and give us the details so we can get that over to you. All right, so we're just about out of time, so let's give you some plugs. Okay, so on Facebook, we got Rob West Music.
Yes, sir.
You want to go ahead and give away your home address for the ladies? I'm just kidding.
No, my wife would kill me.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, they can come over and hang out. I mean, I don't give.
You know my biggest fear.
We love everybody.
Well, with Country Road, my biggest fear is my personal information never getting it. When we built our website about a year and a half ago, I wasn't thinking, and I actually put our home address on it. And thank God, one of the musicians I manage, he calls me up. He's like, "Bro, I just checked it out. Site looks great, but your home address is on it." And I'm like, Okay, that could be the corporate address.
That's funny.
So,
Well,
in
Instagram, Rob West Official.
Yeah.
Twitter at Rob West Music. Website is down right now, rebuilding it, so hang in there. Some surprises coming, new stuff coming for the website.
Gotta get with us on that one too, man.
Come out and see me. I want to talk to y'all. If I'm out playing Rock Bar next Thursday night, Lions Den and Pine Top, 27th of June. I'm the kind of guy that I want to see y'all. I mean, I'm going to do some live videos and stuff on Facebook, but I want to shake your hand. I want to see you in person.
Why don't you come over here, have a couple of drinks, and we'll discuss business.
Done. Absolutely. You can count on that.
All right. So we got Instagram, website's down for a moment. Don't forget, y'all, for those who haven't been in here since the beginning, Rob is going to be going live on his Facebook page right after this in about 20 to 30 minutes after he collects himself. Rob West Music on Facebook. Oh, trust me, I get the collect. As soon as I go off of this, I'm like, I won't even pick up the phone for at least a half an hour. I'm exhausted. So again, folks, please hit that like button. Share the stream. Show us that you care. We are viewer supported. Check us out at www.patreon.com/Country Road Entertainment. You can become an insider for as little as $1 a month. But if you go through the tiers, we got free gifts, uncut footage, the whole 9 yards. If y'all haven't even been to our actual proper YouTube channel, we have the one for this, which is like on Inside Studio CRE. But Country Road Entertainment, the YouTube channel, is amazing. We do a lot of travel to see local live music. When I say local live music, it's not necessarily local. So we actually will go on the road with bands, or we'll go on the road to go meet up with the bands. We even have a vlog on there from going to Vegas to see George Strait last year, which was awesome. The only thing is once we got in there, there's only so much you can film. Hey, God bless George Strait, but yeah, you got to pay him for everything. And you know what? He earned the right.
Hey, he is the king.
Yeah, my wife's over here going, bring your wife.
I will, of course, I'll bring her. Absolutely.
By the way, my wife makes, and I have my variations. She makes a mean margarita and amazing buffalo chicken dip, and she's always excited to have company out in the patio.
Man, I'm in. Oh, look, Mikey Smith. So he's you got to meet this dude, Eddie. You got to meet him. He's the greatest.
Right on.
He's the funniest cat ever. Anyhow, that's a whole nother story. Before we go, I just got to say thank you so much for having me on.
He needs a double X, dude. Mike, I think we're out. Please don't need a double X.
You're not what has happened? What's happened, Mike?
Is it COVID? Well, because of COVID, I'm a double X now, but we just shipped our last double X to Heber Overguard. So
shit. I'll track it down. I'll find out who has it and I'll strip it right off him.
There you go. Well, it's on its way to Brent Rasmussen of the Heber Ridge Band.
I love it. Hey, Eddie, thank you so much, man.
Thank you, man,
for doing
Thank
this.
You,
and more importantly, more than that, is thanks for what you're doing for country music, not only just in Arizona, but just a lot of us artists. We're so grateful to you. You give us an avenue and an outlet that not many people do. It's important. And I believe that you're passionate and you mean what you do. And that's huge for me. So thank you.
No, thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. It's hard for me to react to that, except for thank you for saying that. And I want to hope that my passion for music and my brief 7-year tenure as a musician played a role in all of that.
Absolutely.
Oh, and thank you, Mike. XL will do. Okay, Mike. Mike, go ahead and go over to Country Road Entertainment. Make sure you follow it and send us an instant message, and I'll ship you out a T-shirt, and I'll throw in a koozie and a couple of stickers for you too, brother. Hey, Rob, we're out of time, man. Dude, thank you so much for doing this. And we want to have you back.
Anytime, bro.
Have everybody back, but let's the next time we do this, let's do a show in person.
Yeah.
I'll secure the venue, and I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun.
Okay.
You're another one of those artists that there's so much more to the story, and the more people that we reach, the better. I mean, our mission, or my mission, well, to begin with, and now, as of May, my wife is officially a business partner. My mission when I started this company was to bridge the gap between the musicians and the fans, and
Absolutely.
to make it more personable. It's not just like a Jason Aldean or, any of those fellers, out there. They're a name with a great song and a great album. What if they can actually see them and hear them, and just making it more personable, and that's what we're hoping to do with Country Road Entertainment and countryroadentertainment.net. And we're at 3.5 years, and I'll probably retire doing this.
Hey, God bless you, man.
Or die trying.
Keep your foot on the gas. Good things happen to good people, and that's you guys. So
Thank you.
Keep moving forward, and I'm on your side. You know that.
Well, we are on yours too, and I'll definitely get that review wrapped up. And dude, the EP it's really good, and I love the title.
Thank you. Thank you. It was nice to bring it home. 5th generation Arizona native. I had to bring it home.
I respect that. That. And hopefully we are coast to coast, and I hope that we found you some new followers today.
Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you. Have a great one.
You too, man.
All right, folks. Hey, thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for watching. Every one of the artists that we bring on, we really do. We love these guys. They're great people. If you're new here, catch Trey Odom from the other day. Trey Odom is also a local fellow who's extremely entertaining, also very intelligent, and just overall a great musician. Recently we had Ryan Bexley, and then next week we have acts from Tucson, Arizona. We have Fort Worth, Texas coming up, musicians, talent, and we'll have a special guest next Wednesday from a radio station and a talk show in Iowa. So we are Inside Studio CRE. We are a division of Country Road Entertainment. My name is Eddie Smith, and thank you for watching today, and have a great weekend. All right, so long.